I discovered metal when I was around 18. And before that, I was very much into pop music, rock music. And still today, I listen to all sorts of music. I don't listen to only metal. I don't know. I just felt like it was a good way for me to express myself. And I just liked, I was admiring a lot of singers and I wanted to do like them. I don't know. It's like, for example, I could have been a huge fan of football players and wanted to do the same. But for me, it was singers and also later on actresses. So, yeah. Took a long time actually because when I grew up, especially I believe in Switzerland, it's really the mentality there that tells you that when you're a musician, it's your hobby and you have another real job next to it. And still, until recently, when people ask me, yeah, what are you doing now? I'm a musician. Yeah, and what do you do besides? And I'm like, I'm a musician. And I think I realized not longer than 3 to 4 years ago that I didn't want to have it only as a hobby anymore because it was just, taking all of my free time. And I was working 8 hours per day and then working on my music almost as much, if I can say, because also during the weekends and vacation, it was music, music, music. And I thought, but the job that I actually do doesn't make me happy, quite the opposite. And there's people who can actually live out of music, so why not me? And I would actually do a much better job if I was working with something that actually that is close to my heart. And this is what's happening now, and I'm achieving so much more than I was doing in my real job that I had before, that I'm convinced that it was the right choice. But it didn't happen from one day to another. When I realized that, first of all, I was really not happy in the job I had before, and that I was only keeping it for security reasons. I've always been encouraged to have security, stability, and it was, I had a good job with good security, and I was going there every day with this feeling that, oh, I'm looking forward to going back home and making music or being free. And it was never going away. And even back home, it was not a job that you do during the day and then you just go home and empty your mind of it. It was something that I was bringing home, and that was creating a lot of stress, and I was not feeling good in it. And this is really, what pushed me to ask myself, do you really want to do something that you don't like for your entire life just because it makes you feel secure? Because the security is supposed to bring some kind of happiness and make you, this money that you earn is not only to pay your bills, but also to go on vacation or whatever you like to do. What is it that you like to do? Music, okay, but you cannot do as much music as you want because of this job that doesn't make you happy. So it was kind of a brainstorm, and it brought me to the conclusion that I didn't want to do this, and that I really want to spend this one time on earth doing something that I find meaningful for myself and that makes me happy, and that I want to recreate the security with something that I actually like. It was complicated because at some point, when I was working with Oliver, he said, okay, now we have to finish this album. And, I was working all day and then spending my evenings and weekends working on the album. But, when you're tired from 8 hours of work or more, and you arrive home, this is not so easy to just go straight to your computer and start to write a song. And sometimes you start to write something, but it's just not good because you're just not there. So yeah, it was kind of complicated at some point, and I had to really push myself to another limit that I hadn't explored before, and really like stay disciplined and work faster, work better. And luckily, I had some help. I was not alone in this process. Like I said, I was working with Oliver Phillips, and I was sending him my demos, and then he was like giving me feedbacks. So it was not like jumping in the cold water alone. I think, as we were working together with Oliver and really working hard and investing a lot of time and energy, I thought, I was liking the songs more and more, and I was kind of picturing myself singing them on stage, and I was really like, I think I want to play this live and not just release an EP anymore, and or a digital album or something simple. I thought, yeah, I really love the stage, and I thought I really want to play these songs because this is more than just an EP like it was supposed to be in the beginning. And then I thought, but what do I want to do? Do I want to be singing my songs with musicians that I recruit, or do I want it to be a band? And I thought, no, I've always preferred the atmosphere of a band. And also, when you work with other people, you are not only one anymore to push the train, you're four people. And it's just so much better. You have the input of people who might see things differently and see details where you won't see them. And also who will be much more invested because it's also their project now. First, I was like, "Is this us?" Sounds so good. No, seriously, I was impressed because, we gave the mixing responsibility to Jacob Hansen, who did some of the most amazing metal albums I know. And when we heard it the first time, it was like, wow. You listen and you're like, wow, this is what we are going to release. And you're just so proud and happy and impatient. And then there's the wait. You have several months of wait until you can finally share it with everyone. And I hope that they travel through time with us and picture the romantic side of Versailles. And I hope also that they understand through the lyrics what we try to, I'm sorry, what we try to transmit, and also the kind of message that there is a balance between what, this beautiful side that we imagine, and also the downside of the majority of the people who are living in that era. Of course, I don't want to, bring them down with horrible images, but also to have some kind of connection and understanding with, what we can also experience today.